Sai Ram. Today we shall discuss more about number systems. We will discuss some important operations of rational numbers. First, let us see what happens when we have any two rational numbers with common denominators. Here the common denominator is q. Let us consider any two rational numbers p by q and r by q. So, when they are having the common denominators, we just add the numerators of both the rational numbers, that is it. So, here the numerators are p and r, simply add them and write the common denominator. Suppose we have the difference, again it is the same principle, write the common denominator, here the common denominator is q and p minus r, just subtract it. So, that will give us p minus r by q. Suppose we have any two rational numbers with non-common denominators. Non-common denominators means what? They are having different denominators. Here the different denominators are q and s. Let us see what happens. Their sum will be, just find the product of q and s and then cross multiply, p into s plus r into q, that will be the numerator. And using the same principle for difference also, it is going to be qs will be the denominator and ps minus rq will be the numerator. Let us work some numerical problems based on whatsoever we have discussed. Consider the rational numbers 1 by 8 and 3 by 8. Here, do they have the common denominator? Yes. What is that common denominator? 8. So, simply we will just add the numerators as it is and write the denominator also as it is. Here the denominator is common, so we will write it as it is 8, 1 plus 3 will be 4 by 8. Further simplifying, 4 divided by 8, 1 4s are 4, 2 4s are 8, that is why we are getting 1 by 2, very simple. Subtraction. Now we will discuss how to subtract when we are having the common denominators. From 13 by 15, so from 13 by 15 we have to subtract 7 by 15. So, we have to write like this, you should not write the other way around. From 13 by 15 we are going to subtract 7 by 15. So, here again they have the common denominator, write the numerator as it is, 13 minus 7 will be 6 by 15. Again you know how to simplify this, both the numerator and denominator, they are divisible by 3. So, 6 by 15 can be further simplified as 2 3s are 6, 5 3s are 15. This is the simplified answer. Now, let us add the two rational numbers 3 by 2 and 5 by 3. So, as you observe, here they are, the denominators are not common, they are different, namely 2 and 3. So, what we will do? We will multiply the denominators 2 and 3, that is in fact we are taking the LCM, we need to find the LCM. I hope all of you know how to find the LCM. For 2 and 3 it is going to be 6, then as usual we will cross multiply, 3 into 3s are 9, 5 2s are 10. So, 9 plus 10 will give us 19 by 6. Same way, how to subtract when the denominators are different. Here the denominators are 7 and 24. So, from 9 by 24, which means that we have to take first. From 9 by 24 we are going to subtract, subtract means what? Minus 3 by 7. So, we will take the LCM of 24 and 7, which means we have to multiply 24 and 7. If you multiply you will be getting 168, that is what I am writing in the denominator. Then as usual we will cross multiply, 9 into 7s are 63 minus 3 into 24 will be 72, 63 minus 72, here the bigger number is 72, what sign does it have? Negative sign. So, we will put the same negative sign here. So, that will be minus 9 by 168. On further dividing, both are divisible by 3, you can observe that. So, 3 3s are 9 and 56 into 3 will be 168. For negative we will put the negative sign. This is the simplified value. Now let us take a mix of both addition and subtraction in an expression. The first two terms we are adding, then we are subtracting, it is like that. So first we will, this is a mixed number, all of you know this is a mixed number. 3 1 by 5 can be written as 5 3s are 15 plus 1 16 by 5 plus 7 by 5 minus again the mixed number we are converting into improper fraction, 2 6 are 12 plus 1 13 by 6. Now we will take the first two terms alone. For this they have the common denominator 5. So as usual we will just add up, 16 plus 7 will be 23 by 5 minus 13 by 6 we will write separately. For this we will take the LCM. Whenever they are having the different denominators we will take the LCM. Here the LCM is 5 into 6 30. So which means 23 should be multiplied with 6, cross multiply 23 into 6 13 into 5, it is like that. So minus sign in between we are including. So on further simplifying, you know, 23 into 6 gives 138 minus 5 13s are 65 by 30, that will give us 73 by 30. Can we simplify it further? No, it is not possible. So we will leave it like that. Now how to multiply any two rational numbers? This is again very simple. Consider any two rational numbers p by q and r by s. Multiply the numerator separately, p into r will be pr, q into s will be qs. Multiply the numerator separately, denominator separately, that is it. We will take one problem. Multiply, this is one rational number, minus 3 by 11 with minus 33 by 55. So as I told you earlier, minus 3 by 11, I will write the steps also, minus 3 by 11 we are multiplying with minus 33 by 55, correct. So both are here divisible by 11, 3 times 5 times, that is why I am getting it as minus 3 by 5. I hope you are getting, and minus 3 by 11 it is as it is. Then minus into minus will be 9 plus 3 3s are 9, 11 5s are 55. This is the final value. Now how to divide any two rational numbers? Consider any two rational numbers p by q divided by r by s. Whenever we need to convert the division into multiplication, what we do is immediately we write the reciprocal of the subsequent rational number. So p by q division we are converting into multiplication. Whenever we do that, what we will immediately do, you need to remember this, it is a very important point. The next rational number r by s will be converted into its reciprocal. So r by s reciprocal will be s by r. Then now we have the product of two rational numbers as discussed earlier. Multiply the numerator separately, p into s will be ps, q into r will be qr. Very simple. We will do some problem based on this. Divide minus 7 by 4 by minus 4 by 5. It means what? This is the first step, divided by minus 4 by 5. As I told you earlier, division sign we will convert it into multiplication, which means minus 4 by 5 reciprocal should be written. What is the reciprocal of minus 4 by 5? Minus 5 by 4. Then as usual we will multiply the numerator separately, denominator separately. Minus into minus, you know it is plus, 5 7s are 35, 4 4s are 60. Take one more question. Simplify 2 by 3 plus 7 by 8. This is a separate part. This has to be multiplied with 8 by 25 divided by 37 by 15. So as usual, you know, these are two rational numbers with a different denominator. Denominators are 3 and 8. So as usual we will find the LCM. 3 into 8 will be 24. Then cross multiply. 2 8s are 16 and 7 3s are 21 into 8 by 25 you leave as it is. This division when we convert it into multiplication, it will become the reciprocal of 37 by 15, which will be 15 by 37. Now just multiply all this. Here first we need to simplify. 16 plus 21 will be 37 by 24. into 8 by 25 into 15 by 37. So, 37 we can simply cancel it. 8 ones are, 8 threes are, that is why I am getting this step. 8 threes are and 15 by 25, 3 times, 5 times. Okay. So, the simplified value is going to be 1 by 5. Now, let us see how to represent a rational number in the form of a decimal. Suppose we have a rational number of the form p by q. It can be either terminating or non-terminating. Terminating means what? After decimal point it will come to an end. Non-terminating means it will continue. Let us see. I will give you some examples also. Let us see. Now, when the decimal representation is terminating, it means what? The remainder will become 0 after a few steps, after a finite number of steps for that rational number which we are considering, p by q. Suppose if it is non-terminating, non-terminating means it continues endlessly, and if the digits are repeating again and again, the division will never end for that rational number p by q. Let us consider some examples. For instance, you take 12 by 25. 12 by 25, you know how to proceed by long division method. So, you know 12 will not go in 25. So, I am taking 0.25 into 4 times will be 100, balance 20, one more 0 we will take. So, 25 into how many times? 8 times. See, here you observe the remainder is 0. How did we get 0? Because the number is terminating here. The decimal point, the numbers after the decimal is concluding at one stage. It is not continuing. We will see an example where it is continuing in the next, maybe in the next 1 or 2 examples. Here, as for this problem is concerned, the remainder is 0, which means it will terminate, and the answer is going to be 0.48. It is known as a terminating decimal representation of rational number. Both are same. Here it is in the form p by q, but here it is in the form of a decimal. Both the values are one and the same. Now look at this example, 25 by 11. Again by long division you know how to do. Just for your understanding I am working it out. 25 by 11, 2 11s are 22, balance will be 3. Okay, now we will take one 0, put a decimal point. So, 11 into again how many times? 2 times 22, balance will be 8, one more 0 we will take. Now 11 7s are 77, balance will be 3. See, again the same process will be repeated, it will be 30, then 22, like that. So, every time you observe that it is repeating again and again, 2.27, 27, 27, 27, so on. It is known as a non-terminating repeating decimal representation. Okay. Are you able to get the difference between terminating and non-terminating? Here the remainder will not be 0 because the process continues. It goes on extending, it goes on repeating again and again. So, from this what you have understood? A rational number can be either terminating or non-terminating also. This I have already discussed. The bar on the graph, this is the bar 2727 indicates the number repeats again and again endlessly. Now, we will express the decimal number as a fraction. Based on this we will work some problems. I have a number minus 3.12. How to represent it in the form of p by q? P by q means what? There will be a numerator, there will be a denominator also. As we can easily observe, minus 3.12 we can write it as minus 312 by 100. 312 by 100 means what? Minus 3.12. Further, both are divisible by 2. So, that gives us minus 156 by 50. Again divisible by 2, minus 78 by 25. So, minus 78 by 25 is the p by q form of the decimal, of that same number 3 minus 3.12. both are same value only. One is in the form of decimal representation, another is in the form of p by q. Now consider this one, represent 0.333, it is endlessly it is proceeding in the form of p by q. So let me take that value, we do not know what is that value, we will take it as x, x will be this value. So we will multiply, what will be 10x? 10 into x, whenever we are multiplying we will multiply both the sides, 10 into x will be 10x, 0.33 into 10 will be 3.333, it goes on endlessly. So we will take it as equation 1 and 2 or a and b. Then we will subtract, this is the second equation, b minus a, when I am subtracting 10x minus x will give 9x, and 3.333 it continues minus 0.333, that will give us value 3, which means x value is going to be 3 by 9, or further simplifying it yields us 1 by 3. I think you are all following the steps, students. Okay. Now let us discuss how to find rationals between any two rational numbers. Already we have seen in the last class that in between any two rational numbers there are infinite number of numbers. Infinite means what? It is countless, we cannot come to an end, the numbers will not come to an end. You have so many numbers between any two numbers for that matter. Now how to find the numbers, rationals between any two rational numbers? Already we have discussed, that is what is mentioned. There are infinite number of rational numbers between any two rational numbers. You take any two rational numbers, always you can find there are infinite numbers between them. So I am taking any two numbers, 3 by 4 and 6 by 5. Obviously you know 3 by 4 in the decimal form will be 0.75 and 6 by 5 decimal representation will be 1.2. You know on the number line between 0.75 and 1.2, so many numbers are there. You just pick up randomly some numbers, you know there are infinite numbers between 0.75 and 1.2. Pick up few numbers randomly, let us say 0.77, 0.79, 0.81, like that. Many are there, just to pick up, since they are asked us only any two rational numbers, we will take any two of them. So 0.77, how do we represent? 77 by 100 as a fraction. Similarly 0.79 we can write it as 79 by 100 and so on. So these are the required rationals. They have asked us two rational numbers, but however we have found 3, or we can find any number for that matter between any two rational numbers. Similarly another simple problem, find 5 rational numbers. Obviously between 0.27 and 0.30 there are many number of rationals. First we will put it in the decimal representation and then easily convert it into a fraction. 0.27 we can, you know 0.27 is the number between 0.27 and 0.30. I am putting it in the form p by q as a fraction, that will give us 271 by 1000. Similarly 0.28 is another number which we can express it as 28 by 100. On further simplifying, both are divisible by 4. So 7 4s are 25 4s are, that is how I am getting 7 by 25. Similarly 0.29 also lies between them. So we can write it as 29 by 100. They have asked us 5 rational numbers. So pick up randomly some numbers, but only condition is they should lie between 0.27 and 0.30. You have infinite choices in fact. 0.281 I can write as 281 by 1000, 0.291, 291 by 1000. So these are the 5 different rational numbers between the given set of numbers. Next, what are irrational numbers? This is the definition. All non-terminating, non-repeating decimal representation are known as irrational numbers. Earlier in rational numbers we have seen sometimes it can be terminating or sometimes it can be non-terminating also. But here is what is the other one more difference. Here it will be non-terminating, but at the same time it will be non-repeating also. In rational numbers it used to repeat, it will be non-terminating and repeating in terms of rational numbers, but here it is non-repeating. This is very important. Such decimal representation we call it as irrational numbers. We will discuss some examples. Look at these examples. 2.56, the numbers are not repeated, 2.56, 3, 4, 7, 5, 9 like that. Suppose I am putting a bar like this, then it means the numbers are repeated. In that situation it will become a rational number. Are you getting the difference, students? Here in this case it is non repeating, so it is irrational. Same way root 2, if you find out root 2 value, it will be 1.414, it continues, again the numbers will be non repeating. Root 3, again if you find root 3 value, it is going to be 1.732 dot dot dot, so on. Dot dot indicates what? It is non repeating, it continues endlessly. Such decimal representation which are non terminating, non repeating, we call them as irrational numbers. One more thing you have to remember, in rational numbers we had seen it can be put in the form p by q, but irrational numbers it cannot be done like that, it cannot be put in the form p by q. Again there are infinite number of irrational numbers between any two numbers. The same principle we have seen for rationals also, between any two rationals there are infinite number of rationals. Here also between any two numbers there are infinite number of irrationals. It means what? The number system as such itself is going to be an infinite set. Now let us take an example. Find an irrational number between root 2 and root 3. Already we know the value of root 2 is 1.414, it goes on endlessly, that is why I indicated using dots, and root 3 value is 1.732, so on. So obviously there are so many numbers between these two numbers, so randomly we will take few of them. I have taken one such number which is 1.564871. The condition is it is not repeating and it is proceeding endlessly. That is the thing you have to remember in your mind. So this is one example of an irrational number between root 2 and root 3. Like that, how many irrational numbers you can find between them? Infinite number of numbers you can find. Out of infinite, I have just asked you to find only one. It is very simple. Next, what are real numbers? Already we have seen what are rationals, irrationals, what are natural numbers, whole numbers, everything we have seen, integers. Set of all these collections is going to be real numbers. So how do we sum it up? The set of all rationals and irrationals put together will form a set of real numbers. Examples, what are we have discussed till now, everything is going to be under a real number category. Fractions, decimals, irrational numbers, rational numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, everything will come under the category of real numbers. I have given few examples. Here also the real number set is going to be infinite. Next, we will discuss how to round off decimal numbers. You know, decimal numbers means what? After a particular number you will keep a point and then write the numbers, that is we call it as decimal number. Here what we do, to round off a decimal number to some given number of places, they will ask you to round off to 2 decimal points, 3 decimal points, like that. So what we do, we observe the next digit, okay, in the decimal part and proceed as given below. It has got some procedure. Case 1, if the digit is less than 5, okay, then we ignore it and state the answer like that only. In case 2, what happens, if the digit is 5 or more than 5, we add 1 to the preceding digit. We will do some examples so that you are clear with that. Write the approximate value of 1.0118 up to 3 places, okay, up to 3 places we have tried, which means we have to look at the 4th digit. What is the 4th digit here? It is greater than or equal to 5, correct? If it is greater than or equal to 5, what was the condition? We have to look at the previous number and add 1 to it. So it is going to be 1.012. Here I have given you the steps. Again I repeat, they have asked us to correct up to 3 places of decimals. So which means we have to look at the 4th digit. Here the 4th digit is 8, that is 5 or more. If it is 5 or more, then we must add one more number to the previous digit. So, 1 plus 1 will become 2, 1.011. Suppose in the same problem they have asked us if it is like this, suppose the question is like this 1.0114 something like this, instead of 1.0118, if the question is 1.0114, what we will again do, look at the fourth digit after the decimal. Here it is not 5 and above, it is less than 5, in that case the answer is going to 1.011 only, but here it is 1.012. I hope you are able to get the difference between them. So, based on today's work, whatever we have discussed, I am giving you an assignment. I hope you will be able to do it comfortably. First one is any 3 rational numbers between 0.27 and 0.28. As we discussed, there are infinite numbers, but I am just asking you only 3 among them. Then find the sum of 18/7 and minus 7/6. So, they are having the different denominators. You know what is the procedure when they are having the different denominators, how to simplify. And write an irrational number between root 3 and 3. Again, there are going to be infinite number of irrational numbers. I am just asking you only one to write, which I think you should be able to do. And the last one is, sorry, the fourth one is find the approximate value of 3.14159 correct to 2 places. 2 places means you will look at the third digit, you have to check whether it is greater than 5 or less than 5 or equal to 5. Accordingly, whatever we have discussed, use those steps and then you will be able to arrive at the answer. And the last one is simplify 3 root 2 minus 2 root 8 plus 7 root 2. I hope the class is clear for you. Next, in the next class we will go on with the next chapter. Sai Ram.